Texas.
Good morning. We start with breaking news and the death of businessman and politician Ross Perot.
Perot died early this morning at his home in Dallas, surrounded by his family. The Texarkana native exploded on the political scene in 1992.
I've got a lot of experience in not taking 10 years to solve a 10-minute problem.
People liked the straight-talking, self-made billionaire. He started working at the age of 7, earning money doing everything from breaking horses to selling Christmas cards. After graduating from Texarkana College, Perot went on to the Naval Academy and served 4 years at sea. In 1956, he married his wife Margot, and the next year they settled in Dallas. Perot joined IBM, where he shined as a salesman. He once reportedly met his yearly sales quota in just 2 weeks. In 1962, he quit IBM, and with a $1,000 loan from his wife, he formed his own company, Electronic Data Systems. In 1968, he took EDS public and was a billionaire within a week. In 1979, Perot showed his loyalty to his employees when 2 of them were taken hostage by the Iranian government. When diplomacy failed, Perot assembled a team to rescue the men. It was a success, and the story inspired a best-selling novel, TV miniseries, and a movie. As his fame grew in the business world, Perot was also starting to work in the political arena. Through the 1970s and 80s, he spearheaded the Texas war on drugs and education reform. In 1992, he made his first run at the White House, offering voters an alternative to the 2 traditional parties. And again, his straight talk won fans.
See, I'm the only guy that talks numbers. I love this. Nobody else will even talk about it. As I've said, it's like a crazy ant in the basement. Everybody knows she's there, but nobody talks about her.
In that election, he earned 19% of the vote, the most of any third-party candidate since Teddy Roosevelt. Perot ran for president again in 1996, but did not do as well. After that, he was mainly silent on political issues, instead focusing on business and philanthropy. The Perot family has given more than $100 million to various causes, and his legacy will live on through the Perot Museum of Nature and Science in Dallas, which opened in 2012. He is survived by his wife Margot, 5 children, and more than a dozen grandchildren. Ross Perot was 89 years old.
Perot influenced politics in the 80s and for well over 3 decades. Political reporter Jack Fink is gathering reaction, and he joins us now from University Park. Jack.
Well, Karen and Russ, we just spoke with SMU presidential historian Jeffrey Engel, who is in the process of writing a book about the 1992 election. Many Republicans blame Perot for former President George H.W. Bush's loss to Democrat Bill Clinton. But Professor Engel disagrees and says the data actually showed Perot took more votes from Clinton than Bush. Perot campaigned against NAFTA, the trade deal between the U.S., Mexico, and Canada, because he thought more manufacturing should be done in the U.S. Any way you look at it, Engel says, Perot had a Texas-sized influence on national politics.
Ross Perot dramatically influenced national politics. He really made the 1992 election a spectacle as much as anything else. He, of course, was the best third-party candidate that we've had since Theodore Roosevelt in 1912. In fact, for a long period during the summer of 1992, he actually was leading in the polls.
Of course, there was so much more to Ross Perot than just national politics. He was a self-made billionaire, noted philanthropist here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. A little later this afternoon, I'll be talking with Dallas attorney Tom Luce, who represented Perot for 45 years. For now, we are live in University Park. Jack Fink, CBS 11 News.
Thank you very much, Jack. Tributes are already coming in from political leaders. President George W. Bush says Texas and America have lost a strong patriot. Ross Perot epitomized the entrepreneurial spirit and the American creed. He loved the U.S. military and supported our service members and veterans.
Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson says that Dallas has lost a true Dallas icon in Ross Perot. In a statement, he says that the veteran, successful businessman and philanthropist who spent his life working hard to make the city, state, and country better, Ross Perot personified the American dream. And Fort Worth Mayor Betsy Price called Perot a visionary who left his mark on our state and our nation. He was a trailblazer who saw Fort Worth's potential and invested heavily in our city through numerous economic development endeavors. His legacy will continue to positively impact Fort Worth and change lives for the better.
Ross Perot was an engineer at heart, and that was the motivating factor behind the Perot Museum of Nature and Science. As we mentioned earlier, the museum opened in 2012. In a statement, museum officials said that Perot wanted a way to make science, technology, and engineering education accessible and appealing to children. And we will have much more coverage on the death of H. Ross Perot later today on air and online. We're still awaiting funeral details.